I was with Prabhakar Vaikanapure. I started my career with PSI data systems. Like he said, I worked on LSS SCADA project for 3 years. I was with PSI till 1990. After getting out of PSI, I joined Wipro. I was with Vinay till 1994. After that, I joined AMI. I started AMI in the American Mechatronics, the bias company. After that, I joined Adaptec as the managing director. I was with Adaptec for nearly 11 years. After that, I joined EMC Square as a director and responsible for cloud division. That is what
my name is Ejaz. I joined PSI in 84 to 90. First thing I learned about PSI in those days. PSI stands for Pay Salary Installments. I joined PSI as some of my bosses, Mr. Satish, Mr. Bhaskar, Mr. Anand. I'm glad that I see them here today, happy and working elsewhere. I had a great career working at PSI because most of the fundamentals which I learned as an engineer, I learned at PSI. I had a salary of 1,400 rupees which was paid in 3 installments, and my mother waited for it to perform a ceremony for the first salary. And unfortunately, having said that, when PSI was growing up, when it was already in existence, Wipro was still in its infancy. I was traveling from PSI Kaling. I joined actually a company called PSI Kaling under Satish. A guy with the MTech was about to join Wipro, gave me his sheet saying that we have so much respect for PSI guys as designers. From that point to what PSI is today and where the Infosys, where Wipro is, I think we should have reached there. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. My career trajectory took a good turn. I joined a subsidiary of Toshiba as chief engineer there. I spent about 10 years in Japan and US. I was a part of a great design team for reconfiguring FPGAs, system design. For Toshiba between 1993 to 2000, I've done about 8 to 10 portable designs, laptop designs, notebook designs. From 97, I have my own company and I'm running it. Although it's a small company, but we do great technology work. Some of the most visible product you can see is the first generation and second generation of Tata Sky set-top boxes which we designed for Thomson and Tata Sky. This is one of our most visible products. We have a lot of IP products which are yet to be commercialized, but I give that whole credit of what I am today to 2 guys. One is Mark Matthias, Shashank, some of my great colleagues, Mr. Neelkantan, whom I know him from my Orissa days. I think I owe PSI a lot for what I am. Thank you.
I'm Nagendra. I worked in PSI from 1997 to 2003. I worked in total branch automation applications, and then I worked on trade finance, and then I worked in Narurak project, which was my pet project, and then I worked in one more trade finance project for entity data. So that was my last project in PSI. After leaving PSI, I joined Tavan Technologies and still I'm working in Tavan Technologies. Thanks.
My name is Hari Kumar Ji. I joined PSI in 1996 and I was there till 2008. And after that I joined iGate and I am working with iGate now as a principal.
Without CP. Yeah, basically I started my career in PSI right after my college, and basically I learned something about banking. But even though I joined PSI from an entirely different background, and as I think a lot of people already mentioned here, even I owe a lot to PSI. It's been a great learning experience, and whatever I learned in PSI, even those days, basically between 1998 to 2009. I spent nearly 11 years in PSI. I quit PSI in 2009, and after that I was part of my last project was something for a UK-based system integrator plus financial supply chain and so many financial parlance. Now I'm part of Oracle Financial Services, and whatever I learned in PSI, I mean, now basically, if you ask me that whatever I learned in PSI, I could apply in, even though Oracle is a very, very great company and it's an ocean, but the kind of learning whatever I learned in PSI, I mean, that is what still, thriving and, keep going. And thanks for Shagar for arranging this great opportunity. And
Good afternoon. My name is Satish. Reward. Okay, I joined PSI in '79. Okay, as an engineer. Engineer is there. Asta. Okay. So I was basically an engineer. Okay, we used to manufacture mini computers. These computer with many terminals. Till '84, I was doing in Bangalore. Then our great company started in Bhubaneswar, a manufacturing unit. I was heading that. So we built the whole company. Till 1990 I was heading and running that. In 1990 I quit PSI. I joined a company called SFO Technologies, Next group of companies currently. I was the first employee. I built it up to 100 crores. Then I quit in 97. Then I went to Jakarta, where we set up a high-end manufacturing unit for Mr. Sam Pitroda. There I worked for 5 years. We used to do very high-end manufacturing of electronic products. In 2003, I came back to India. I started my own. Till today I am running. We have a unit in Bomasandra Industrial Area. We do manufacturing for OEMs, and also we have solar-based products of our own. Thank you. I have a son. My wife also is part of the company. She looks after finance and other things. I do engineering and other things. My son is a software engineer in Bangalore. Thank you.
Bhaskar Rao. Myself and Satish, we started career in 1979 on PSI same day. And so since then, PSI has given me many things, and one of them is such friends for life. And I can definitely recall, say with pride that I learned everything from a college. We were just raw, just we did some theory. That's it. And then when I joined PSI, really it was thrown into the water and literally and made to swim. But a lot of guidance from very good experienced seniors, and it's held us in good stead. And I was there until 1990, then moved on to other smaller companies, and then to Chennai, where I joined SCM Microsystems, and I was there for 6 years as managing director and president of India operations, developing ICs, hardware, software, and products for the worldwide market. So that was a great experience, and I was able to contribute very well because we had done everything from basics and fundamentals, and dirtying our hands all the time back in PSI. And since 2009, I have my own small organization, Technosphere, where we do high technology embedded system design. We are design partners with Microchip, and we're doing very nice work, but we're a small company of 14 people. I have a son, Bharat, who is also working with me as a software resource. And yeah, it's been a great journey, and even today when I solve problems, for the young boys when they get into issues, so they're amazed how our thought processes, and that thought process and how to understand how to get to the root cause and solve issues very well, very smartly. I think I owe a lot the way I was groomed in PSI. So thank you very much, and it's a great occasion. Shekhar and team, thanks a lot for this opportunity.
My name is Anant, and it's probably a very different day for me because I keep seeing a lot of people with whom I worked almost about 30 years, 32 years ago. And my very first boss, Satish, is here. He just spoke a little while ago. I started my career in 1980, December. I was actually into some financial requirements, and I had to give up my studies, and so I thought PSI would be a good place to earn money, and then I would take care of my financial requirements. I joined, and then the very first month, the salary was delayed by 22 days. And so I went out with Asta for a lunch. just in a few days after I joined the company, and Asta asked me, of all the companies, why did you join this company? I said, the kind of technology, the technical work that's happening in this company is what attracted me. And he said, if you really wanted money, why did you join this company? And I said, so that was the kind of the experience, and I think I just put in saying that PSI was actually based salary in installments. And so it was actually a lot of good work to have started off with some PDP 11, reverse engineering, probably the kind of the work that we did even in 80s. I'm not sure there were many companies at all in India doing some even anything close to it. So even now, I can proudly say that the first 10 years of my career with PSI, I was with PSI for about 11, 12 years. The career with PSI was probably the best. I'll go a little more about my further part of my career. But the kind of work that we did, reverse engineering of PDP 11, and then Action Station 16, Action Station 8, and the later part of my career, actually, I went to France, working as the R&D in France. Google actually had an R&D in France, and they took about 20 engineers from PSI after they invested with PSI. And I was one of the first batch engineers, hardware engineers particularly, to go to France and then work on a very prestigious project, which is actually a IO subsystem connectivity to Bull's mainframe, which was coming out late in 1993-94 kind of time frame, but the project had started as early as 1989. So I was in France for about 2.5 years, came back and tried some business for a couple of years. It was probably a little too early to do something what we did at that time. And probably had we stayed on for another 4 or 5 years, this story could have been something definitely different. After a couple of years, and I moved to US and I started working I completely switched my line from systems to semiconductors. And I started working for a company called Next Gen Microsystems, which actually was a x86 CPU design company, which was actually a competitor for Intel for whatever the size was, but they were doing some very good technology work. And so NextGen had some very good x86 CPUs, and AMD actually, with the interest in the technology that was created by NextGen, AMD, probably many of you know that there are only 2 CPU companies in the world in the x86 market, and AMD actually relived in the x86 world because of the takeover of NextGen technology. So part of NextGen and AMD, I was there for about 7 years. During these 7 years, I came to Singapore for about a year. I headed the Singapore Design Center for AMD. At the end of which we moved back to Bangalore with the family, and I started working for Intel in India in the server processor group. We actually worked on an initial project which was called actually Whitefield, which is a failure. But the 2 consequent projects, which was actually a 6-core server processor and a 10-core Western EX processor, came out of the Bangalore division successfully. So at the end of about 7 to 8 years with Intel in India, I rejoined AMD in India as a director of engineering, responsible for system on chip development for desktop and server products. So AMD, so I was there for a couple of years in AMD in India. So towards the end of last year, actually, I moved out of AMD because AMD moved to Whitefield, and being a native Bangalorean, it was very difficult for me to actually think about staying anywhere else other than my place where I was brought up. So I decided to move out and then pursue some of my interests, and since the beginning of this year, I've been actually doing some things on my own, particularly in the space of high performance computing, and I'm also encouraging some entrepreneurs in some educational space. So I've done some investment, and I'm pursuing my own interests and passion since the beginning of this year. A few things that I thought I would mention from my memories of PSI. So there is actually a financial controller called Mahesh. I'm not sure if how many of you people know him or remember him. So he had to face all these people who come for salary advances, and tell them, we don't have money, maybe I'll give it to you next week or next 15 days or whatever, right? And once he came around actually distributing his invitation, and the first thing that I told him was, for every time that somebody goes to him for money, he used to say, "Not today, man." So when he came back with the invitation, I told him, don't use the same sentence with your wife. Okay? So it could have been for whether it is for money or anything else. So I told him, don't say the same thing to your wife. A few other things. Probably, I think I mentioned about my association with the hardware people. Satish was actually a quality control person for quite some time. And anything that moves out of the company actually had to be signed off by Satish because he was quality in charge. And I think probably the toughest days that I had in PSI was when things had to go out of the number 25 Victoria Road office. Where even keyboard, small things, this key is not working, this key is coming out, and you pull out something and say it is not working. And so all sorts of things that the minute things that he used to observe and lay emphasis on the quality of the things that's coming out. So I think probably a lot of good such memories are there from PSI. I feel probably I'm done. Maybe not. When I meet with people outside, if I remember a few other things, I'll share with you. Thanks a lot.
Good afternoon. My name is Ashtamurthy.
Initials.
No, finish last. No, my initial is K. Ashtamurthy, sir. People call me Kashta. So I put it last. Okay. Actually, when we say, thank you, Shekhar, for organizing this. When you say PSI, there's a little history to that. Because I joined this company in 1978, February. Similarly, I should be probably one person who is retiring from the same company. This where I would say PSI has some. See, when I joined PSI, there was two companies called. One is called PSI, the other is called PSI Data Systems. And PSI Data System is a company which right now all of you belong to, or subsequent variation of PSI Data. So PSI was the design company who used to design all this data wealth or PCs, IPM, instead of IPM PC, it was a Z80 based PC or PDP-11 equivalent Omnis or data wealth and all this. All these were designed by PSI and then were productionized by PSI Data Systems. So I used to be in between production and R&D in terms of taking care of all product engineering. So why I said this is because after I left PSI in 1993, again going to the same company which is called Peninsula Electronics, which was headed by Veera Raghavan, and same Hari and Vinay were the partners for this company. I worked for Peninsula for 20 years and last year I retired from that company. I now work as a consultant for just 2 days a week. So my entire life, I would say, I've been with this PSI data group companies, primarily headed by Hari, Vinay and Veera Raghavan. So similar to all others, I have a lot which I have learned from this company, and what I am today also, whatever I know is only because of my experience, and I have no other experience to share also. So thank you all and enjoy yourself and good luck.
All the veterans, I'm a baby really. PSI, I worked with PSI for from 2006 to 2008 with Khalid and Sudarshan team. Very less experience in terms of the PSI Genesis is concerned. But currently I work with eMudra. It's a young company which is now 5 years old. I was associated with it when it is taking the baby steps. Currently heading the business for mobility and digital security solutions. So I have 2 children and my wife also works in Bangalore. So that's about it. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody. My name is Vijay Shanoy. I was in PSI for the banking division. I joined in 1999 and worked till 2006 for 7 years. So I had a lot of experience which I gained, which kept me instead even today as I work as a consultant for cooperative banks for the banking amortization. Thank you.
Good afternoon everybody. My name is Venkatesh Pai. I worked for PSI from 1999 to 2004 in DBA. under the guidance of Shanai sir, Mohanan sir, and others. And currently I am working in ITC Infotech.
I'm Ram. Joined PSI. This was my first IT company in 1997. I was with PSI till 2003. Worked in customer support with a lot of friends. Of course, worked on mainframes and then had Unix systems. Then was installing ATMs and worked on ATM software, system software a bit. And then moved on to POS terminals. I was with Equifax Venture Infotech for a year, and now I'm in HP working on the worldwide pre-sales for the enterprise services. Thank you.
My name is Chandrasekhar, and I was part of customer services in PSI. I joined PSI in 1995 and then left in 2002 and then joined EMC. I look after customer services for India and SAR countries in EMC. And yeah, I'm still with EMC. Thanks.
Yeah, good afternoon everyone. My name is Vinay Joshi. I was with PSI from 94 to 2001. I was with customer services team. Right now I'm working with EMC as a remote managed services.
யாருமே போதேன்னு சொல்ல யாரு
I'm working with IBM.
யாரு
My name is Sudharanan. I was working PSI in 19 years.
இருந்தாக்கா கூப்பிடுமா
1981 I started my career. After PSI sold business to CMS, got to Birla Groups. Birla Groups sold the business to CMS Computers. Along with that I moved to CMS. Then I left. I started my own business. Nearly 2-3 years. Then I again did the business and got for the back to the body in my life. Go to warehousing business now.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Mani, for those not I joined in 84 and left in 2010. So, as you can see, my prime time has been with this company. And I worked in customer services, again, system integration projects, software projects, quality, resource management, and then again back to quality, and finally I moved out and now I'm with IBM. In IBM I'm working on high maturity project management processes, a niche area where I build statistical models for predicting the performance of a project when the project starts rather than actually wait till the project is complete. So that's my journey so far, and I really enjoyed being amongst you today. I have so much experience to share. I think we'll talk as we meet each other one on one. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kumar. I joined PSI in 1984 and left PSI in 2009. Worked in various departments. I worked with money in RMG and quality. With Murli, Sudarshan, I've been working in software. Had a real good time, tough times, but it was fun. Now I'm freelancing, filing away my time.
But most of the people wouldn't know that it's NGV.
Mike.
And I was with PSI from 94 to 2011.
My name is Hemant. I was part of PSI from 2005 to 2008. I came to PSI from a consulting background basically. So for me it was the first Indian company to work for, and it was a very humble experience in terms of knowing so many people. There used to be I would say a joke outside when we used to see PSI. It was part of Bull. We used to call it as an Indian IBM company. We used to call it PSI Bull as an Indian IBM. So we used to always think, how this Indian IBM is going to compare or compete with Big Blue at those times. So The joining PSI, had good experience working with Mani and the rest of the team there. Then you come to know, what all this company has done in the last 30 years in terms of, machines, working with several Indian public sector companies. So it's a very humble experience knowing where PSI has come so far and currently merged with another larger entity today. So it's nice, it's good in terms of Shekhar putting all the initiative and bringing a bunch of people under this roof today. So nice meeting most of you here. I don't know most of them here sitting, who have been stalwarts. So very nice to know all of you. And time permits, maybe in lunch we could exchange some few pleasantries. Thank you.
PSI in 1992. Still working for PSI or its successor finance. Shekhar, thanks for organizing this. Give me a chance to catch with all my old friends. It's really appreciated. And Nilkandan says, hi, nice meeting you after a long time.
This is Mushtaq. Nice to see you all. I was in PSI from 2000 till 2008. Currently I'm associated with NLP software. I'm responsible for the Indian operations. It's nice to see you all. And thanks, Shekhar.
My name is Madhurkavi Sudhir. I used to be in PSI from 2006 to 2009. I was in talent acquisition team. Currently I am working with Tech Mahindra. I head the IMS talent acquisition. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shweta Verma. I joined PSI in August 1999 and I'm really very happy to be here with everybody and all my bosses, and I'd like to share my, Anjali had taken my interview and then Murali had taken my second round of interview and and Shastri had given me a call and the HR interview was taken by Ramasamy. So I still remember those nice memories that I have, and I used to report to Bala Sudarshan. It was really nice, lot of learning experience. Worked with Heman Mittal and learned lot of quality initiatives from Mani, NGV. So I'm really very happy. Yeah, Anjali is there. So welcome Anjali. Thank you very much.
Anjali keltidralla.
Good afternoon, everybody. When I recognize a lot of people, I think there are a lot of people who have left the PSI much before I joined. I'm Kishore. I started with PSI in 2006. Started as the head of talent acquisition. Then transitioned into different roles. Ram gave me an opportunity to head HR while I moved to Cambridge. Then when Minax and PSI got merged, then I again moved back to talent acquisition. In between I had to sit here and then back to be at Minax again. And now I'm with Ethos, taking care of talent acquisition, tech L&D, mobility and workforce management with Pune. Thank you. It's good to see all the old colleagues.
Good afternoon all. My name is Sushil Dasnavkar. I joined PSI in 1991 and was there till about 2002. Shekhar said fond memories of PSI. I think I took my biggest steps at PSI. Grew up there, started career as software developer. Went on to become the chief technology officer of PSI Data Systems. Left them in 2002. So I think a lot of my thanks goes to Sudarshan, I would say, and Murali here, imposed faith in me to lead the technology group in PSI. Same with Ram. Ram, I got a lot of support from you and a lot of other people who are around here. Since leaving PSI, I am currently working for a company called as Advanced Computer Software based in Jayanagar. I am a senior executive there, looking after mobile application development. I also develop as a chief technology officer there. till about 6 months back, I was the managing director. But since my passion is in technology, I have stepped out from the managing director role, and I'm just a technical director over there. So thanks all. It's good to see you.
Hi, my name is Sunita. I joined IBM in December 91.
IBM.
Sorry, I joined PSI in December 91 and left in 2004, August 2004. And since then I've been in IBM. So it was, I grew, the major growth has been in PSI, and I always remember that those days in PSI till today. Thank you.
I'm Anjali. For some of them, I think I don't know because they've been quite probably very, very senior to us. So I joined PSI in 1995. I stayed with PSI till 2006. I would say that is the place where I made my career. And I left PSI in September 2006. But that was a very, I would say the whole 11 and a half years was a very, very eventful years in my life. I really enjoyed working in PSI, and those are the memories which I cherish all my life along, and this is the moment which I think we all always awaited, and thanks to Shekhar for that.
Back to Nilakandan's curse.
No sir, the curse has turned into a boon.
Thanks. Shekhar?
I'm here.
Big round of cheer for Shekhar.
Thank you.
And I think two other people you said were associated with you.
Prabhu.
Prabhu and?
Tyagarajan.
Where is he? Wherever he is. Prabhu, Tyagarajan, Shekhar, once again.
K.N. Ravi Kumar.
Oh, okay.
Rajeshri.
Rajeshri, yeah, Rajeshri. Where is Rajeshri?
And all.
Thanks to all of you. Once again, one more round of thanks to Shekhar and I am Ramesh, and I can see some stern faces in front of me because I had a good job, awful job, but a job which did not allow me to be present with people most of the time. I was a CFO. So this is an opportunity for me to expatiate and express my apologies to whoever, I must have rubbed the wrong way. Ram and I had a series of fights during the time that I was there. They were all professional. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Ram could fight with anyone. Anyway, so I left in 2003, and for 7 years I was the CFO. And thanks to all of you. I see many of my old colleagues there. Thanks to all of you. We had a good time, a very good time. Difficult years, professionally difficult, but it was great culture, socially, culture, very good experience. Thanks for the introduction. We had battles, many battles. KSM, we had many battles, but we still are friends. And I see some of my departmental people here also. Thanks to all of them. Girish, thanks to you. Thanks for coming. Good. Guys, many thanks. Shekhar, thanks to you once again. I can't express my gratitude enough. Nilakandan, I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to see you. Thanks.
Giri. ಹೌದು
Yes, I between 2007 to 2009, and I must say, even though it was a short tenure, it was very eventful and I enjoyed that. And 2009 beginning, I left PSI and currently with service.